Should you purchase your long-term health coverage through your employer, or should you buy an individual disability policy? In my view, the best option is to buy an individual disability policy because you can customize it to what you anticipate your needs to be. You can address the elimination period, the nature of the coverage, the nature of the facility, the type of people who will be providing the coverage. You can go for like a full amount of money as opposed to a set amount of money per services. So there are some significant advantages, but the primary disadvantage is cost. So let's compare that with an employer-provided provision, a policy or plan. In my view, there are really only three benefits. One is cost, two is you don't need to have a physical, and potentially you could convert that group policy or plan to an individual policy if you left the employer. Sounds good. But the con, in my view, outweighs all of this, unless you have no choice. Obviously, if you can't afford an individual disability policy, then this is probably your own option. But you need to understand that in this long-term care policy or plan offered through your employer, there is a get-out-of-jail-free card in that this policy is going to be covered by the Employer Retirement Income Statute. It's a federal statute known as ERISA. The problem with being in the world of ERISA is that most policy plans or provisions have a golden handcuff on a judge. So ultimately, if your claim was denied and you ended up in court, which is not uncommon, the policyholder, denied policyholder, has to show that the long-term health care provider's decision not to pay benefits or terminate benefits was what's called an abuse of discretion. Now that sounds pretty easy, but as a matter of fact, as a matter of law, proving that a disability carrier or a long-term health care carrier abused their discretion in making a decision is really hard, because the courts with this discretionary clause are basically told that they have to defer to the judgment of the long-term health care provider, even if they disagree with that, so long as they can understand the reason why the benefits were denied or terminated, and that is quote-unquote reasonable. And again, reasonable is not in the eye of your beholder, if you will, but rather the court constricted by the ERISA statute. So if you have a choice, buy an individual disability policy. If you don't have a choice, get a policy through your employer if they offer it, but understand that there are going to be some significant limitations if the claim is denied or terminated. If you have any questions about your policy, if your claim has been denied or terminated, regardless of where you live in the United States, regardless of the carrier, regardless of your medical condition, call me today at 727-894-3188 for a complimentary consultation.